Hello everyone, I'm going to be doing another flashback video here. This time it's with the Tier 9 American medium tank, the M46 Patton. Now this is on Dragon Ridge, which this map of course was removed from World of Tanks PC, and this video is from June 2012. Now Dragon Ridge, most of the time the fighting on this map took place basically straight ahead here to the right. This little area of town is where most of the fighting happens, or happened on this map. Instead of going there and kind of duking it out, given that this is a match where they have one tier 10 on their team, back then there was only tier 10 heavies, they had a mouse, we had a T110E5, I decided to go across the map, given that, you know, I'm not going to meet the mouse over here, so pretty much I'm going to be top of, you know, kind of the food chain over here. The M46 was kind of the end tier, which I hit, luckily, their Patton first there without taking any damage. But playing Dragon Ridge, it was really a odd map, given that over in this area, you couldn't really fight on a lot of the map, given that the rice paddies took up basically south of me. You couldn't really drive through any of that. And a lot of enemy mediums and lights that kind of made their way over here were kind of stuck from both sides. And you didn't have too much support backing you up either, because a lot of heavy tanks, you know, were kind of duking it out on the other side of the map. One thing to note, like artillery just hit that M46 there, which helped me out. Back in 2012, the game didn't actually have anything like assist damage. Shooting through walls like this too, you couldn't actually shoot through walls to my knowledge, but I could be mistaken though. I decided to push on this M46 though, since I have the HP advantage. Really, I'm alone here. I got a little bit lucky given that I do get shot from the right by, I think, the SPG, no, the T-54. But luckily, able to get a couple other shots off here and take out this M46 and then kind of fall back before I'm kind of overwhelmed here. You'll notice they do have a Type 59 on the enemy team. I do not think he was a platoon, because there was a time where I'm fairly sure the Type 59 did see tier 10s before they kind of tweaked it. Now this guy gets lit up. Again, there was no such thing as assist damage in World of Tanks back then. There were, you know, you can spot and help your team out, but, you know, aside from dealing direct damage, you didn't get anything for lighting up enemy tanks. Like, you could spot and of course kill things, which I'm pretty sure you got a little bit of experience for spotting things, but as far as assisting with damage, it actually didn't count, say, directly. And the same thing with dealing damage, as you can see here, doesn't really count on the screen, whereas now we have the endgame screen, where back in 2012, damage, assist damage, people didn't really even keep track of it, because unless you had a mod, I believe there was no other way for you to actually see how much damage you dealt per battle. At this point, you know, the only other tank they have over here is this Tiger, so I helped take him out, and there's this SPG, but luckily our team kind of won the fight in the center, and this was prior to Dragon Ridge getting rebalanced, so a lot of this map, I would say at least like 60% of the map or so was actually not able to really be used. Most of the 8-0 line, and then a lot of bits, you know, the J and K line, up in the A line, basically any gray areas weren't able to be really driven on very well without kind of bopping down the rice paddies. But it was a different way of playing back then, to where, you know, I'm at 4 kills now. I end up getting 5 kills, and grand total, as far as damage goes, I end up getting a grand total of 4,976 damage here. I still end up getting another kill here and fighting a little bit. I take the long route, which it was a shame, because this map, it was really complex, and especially for, you know, 2012 World of Tanks, it was basically the most intricate map in a way, before Pearl River kind of made an entrance. It's kind of a shame it kind of went away, because, you know, it provided a lot of different gameplay elements. Of note, you know, I'm going to shoot at this mouse. Actually can't damage him at this range. The mouse's armor was, you know, I would say roughly like 20% weaker back then, but no premium rounds back now, back in this video I mean, to where, you know, if you were throwing premium rounds, there were gold rounds back then. Couldn't buy them for credits, so you rarely saw them get thrown, but couldn't actually pin a mouse from that range unless I was chucking AG at him. Luckily, you know, I kind of survived that with a little bit of HP. They still have 3 tanks. Their mouse died. He just camped in the back. Not to say I don't blame him, but part of the problem with Dragon Ridge was if you're something like a mouse, you couldn't actually get to the fight in time before most of your team died. But back, you know, in 2012, the game was a little bit more, you know, you played more for the team because, you know, it didn't show you how much damage you did, how much assist damage you did, to where in the beginning there I was just kind of spotting, hopefully, or hoping that my teammates helped me, and luckily it kind of worked out. You know, luckily we won this. I got 5 kills, you know, again 4,976 damage. I had to count it individually looking back here. Assist damage was a little bit difficult to tally, so I just skipped it. But you can see the end game screens here. Outside of destroyed, damage, and stuff like that, it doesn't show you anything else. I'm gonna restart it here since it ended, but you know, really going back, you know, the end game screen definitely was lacking there. You know, it is kind of interesting looking back on these matches though, to where, you know, since you don't have like assist damage and everything thrown in your face, you just have kills, winning, and experience more or less with credits tied to that. You know, it was a different mentality to where you don't see people like chucking, like back then there weren't premium rounds, but you know, just kind of sitting at far range a lot of matches, just chucking, say, premium rounds out of a tank that kind of favors that, kind of farming damage, or, you know, basically there was a little bit more teamwork back then, in my opinion. Granted, I will admit the skill was a little bit less since, or lesser, because it was a newer game, so a lot of people were learning it, and there was a lot less polish to the game, to where it was much harder to learn. But, you know, overall, hopefully you enjoyed this video. I have a blast looking back at some of my old YouTube videos. I have videos dating all the way back to early 2011, to where, you know, I plan on doing more of these. Hopefully I can get a few others up of, you know, some different maps, since the first 2, at least the ones I just put up today, are kind of both Dragon Ridge. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this match. You got to see the old top tier 9 M46 Patton before there were tier 10 mediums, tank destroyers, and all that jazz put into the game. And you got to see Dragon Ridge, which maybe it'll make another appearance one of these days. I think it could work if they gave it a little bit of tweaking, because it would work a lot better in today's game, as long as they kind of tweak the spawn spots, because it would definitely need to be tweaked a little bit for really super heavy tanks and slow tanks, just to put them a little bit closer to the center. But anyway, thanks again for watching. Have a very nice day, and hopefully I'll see you again in another video sometime soon. Have a nice one.